Hi, we're back with 80 days. And last time जब हम लोग ने 80 days छोड़ा था, we had left off at Bombay because we had recently reached India on this episode, which is my country, and we are about to explore what we can in Bombay right now because we are here. We have about 38 days left in the game, so let's see what we can do in the 38 days left. We might go like there might be two parts, this part and the next part where we might complete it. So wait, what? In which Phileas Fogg and Passport accept each other. The one has master, the other has man. Okay, so we are in Bombay right now. I don't think so. I've done anything here. Is there anything in the market we could take? We could have the Southern Hemisphere timetable in Singapore. That's good. We are actually going to Goa, so we might take that. And we'll also take this because it's cheap and doesn't take a lot of space. Let's get this because that's important. And I think so. You're done with the luggage. Alright. From Colombo to holy shit, all the way to Singapore. We might go to Singapore though. Yeah, we might go to Singapore. Oh, we even got a route to New Zealand? Okay. Where does this route lead to? Holy shit, this route leads to some. What island is that? Man, that route leads to some serious shit. Like, no joke. We'll spend a night over here because we do need to. Let's tend to him so that we can get some health back. Now, let's go to Goa because we are going to Goa. So we'll go to Goa now. We'll see what we can find. Let's converse. Tobacco. Alright. Being improved somewhat. What does this do? Oh, that increases my health as well. Nice. What have you learned about Nova Goa? You might be interested that Nova Goa is connected to Colombo by boat, but the fare is Oh yeah. Colombo, that's in Sri Lanka, right? But at this point, India and Sri Lanka are the same. On the observation deck, trying to get more sense of the scale and size of the land, the jewel of British Empire's crown. Yeah, this is when India was under British control. That's when it was. Let's go to the hotel and we'll spend a night over there. Though the Portuguese had once dominated vast tracts of India, the influence was limited to Goa and its capital of Nova Goa. It was called Nova Goa back in the days. The whitewashed red roofed city had a particular charm. Sea salted air blew through gulmohar and acacia, acacia trees. Steepled colonial churches rang their brass bells, and steam powered bicycles and rickshaws juddered over the cobbled streets. The harbour was well developed, yeah, and most airships and seagoing vessels flew the blue white vertical pike of the Portuguese Empire. I was watching the flags flutter in the breeze when I was knocked by a pair of weaseling sailors. Watch out, one admonished. A touch for that. A touch late for that. I commented, still prone. But the sailors hauled me up while the other brushed off the dust and sand that clung to my clothes. Abel, you're so clumsy, you fool. Don't blame me for this, Celio, the younger man. I mean, it's Goa. I was about to say, why is there no Indian name in this? But this is Goa, so. An ass am I, Cellular Road. Uh, Thank you. Question mark. You're welcome, stranger. I will say, ignoring his brother. Sorry about you knocking you down, aren't we? Celio left off glaring and shuffled his feet. Sorry about knocking you down, he mumbled. We are the Noronha brothers, and I suppose we owe you a drink. But not today, because we're setting off to Celion in an hour. His brother interjected. The captain will string us up if we are late. Come abroad if we'll smuggle you in. With that, they disappeared in a cloud, sand, and curses. Where are you taking us, Salion? I call a good day to them. I could explore, which I'm gonna do, because our marketplace is not open and it'll open at 7, so we couldn't find anything interesting, but we can. Oh, wait, I sold the tobacco. Calcutta, Colombo, Madras. That's good. We can sell this at Singapore. Calcutta, Colombo, and Madras. We have the Caribbean Sea thingy. Let's do that. And that's all. We have the Caribbeans now. We have the Caribbean Sea thingy, which is all the way in US. Like we have the sea routes, but it's all the way in US, which is kind of crazy. We have a lot of health. We can go to Colombo right now. There wasn't anything interesting happening in India. Might be there might be things happening in Bangalore and everything, But to be honest, do I want to go to Bangalore? Maybe. We can go to Bangalore and then Colombo. Let's try. Let's go. Let's go to Bangalore. An airship. That looks like a rocket than an airship. It looks more like a rocket than an airship. Sarkar atomic at high speed. Is that what it's called? I spent a few hours playing draughts, waiting for my master's need, talking to other passengers, watching scenery go by. Let's talk to the other passengers. A Chinese ragamuffin, and I had an unpleasant. We had a pleasant if unproductive conversation. Yeah, that's quick. We don't have anything in Bangalore particular though, do we? Can I say? Whoa, that's something. I don't think so. I'm gonna get anything from this, but it's 890. Let's sell this. We don't need this anymore. That's worth something. This is good in Colombo as well. We need things for Colombo, and this is one of the things that's good in Colombo. 1110 airships timetable. That might be decent. We might want this though. This needs a whole set. You know what? Let's try getting this and then pull this in as well. There you go. We got in some timetable. Hopefully there is a 3 suitcase thing from here onwards. Alright. We have some new routes from everywhere, which is good to know. Why is India in water? What? I spent our time in hotel, but that's fine. We were low on health. Rather than city proper, as it was administered by the Raj, the largest British garrison in South India. Alright. And had therefore developed churches, shops, bars, clubs, bungalows, schools, gardens, and theatres required to sustain such concentration of officers. Mem sahibs and children. I had a few hours spare, so I took a walk in Midas Park, where a group of off-duty cavalry officers were playing a game of cricket under the shade of peepal trees. Fancy playing with us? A young chap with a sparse, optimistic mustache called out. "Ben sir," I called back, and he tossed me the ball, which I caught effortlessly, much to the amusement of the other cavalryman. The ball's leather was scuffed and pitted tears. The batsman stood in front of the stumps at the other end, his face shiny with sweat. My young friend took his place as wicket-keeper. Lob the ball. I bowled it overarm. Yeah. Lob the ball. He said to lob the ball, not to bowl it. Hey, let's bowl it overarm. Why not? I bowled it overarm. A new type of delivery that remained controversial but was effective nonetheless. The move seemed to discomfort the already fatigued batsman, swung wide of the mark. The young friend caught the ball neatly. Nicely done, he called. Where did you learn that? I suppose. I smiled. I used to be an acrobat. I replied. I learned all sorts of maneuvers there. The man laughed. Jolly useful they are too. As I took my leave, The batsman tossed the ball back to me. Keep it, he declared, a souvenir. I thanked him and pocketed the thing. Not wanting to mention my habit of selling our souvenirs, when I told Monsieur Fogg my encounter and showed him my prize, his face eased into the most uncharacteristic smile. I played cricket as a child, he said. Gentleman's game. I should admit here that I had always imagined my master to have sprung fully formed and complete with cravat and spats from his mother's womb. Notion of him as a child, and more so as a child who played games. Well, perhaps my master did have a heart after all. Let's explore. We got some routes to Madras where we can go. Is there anything I can sell at the market? It'll be worth in Singapore. Everything is worth in Singapore. So I could do one thing. No, I can do one thing. I can go back. Yeah, I can go back over here. Or I can just go to Madras and then from Madras we can go there. That's fine too. Yeah, that's fine too. We have to leave tomorrow, so let's go to the hotel. One more day to stay. And have to explore a bit. I found a cheerful Punjabi clerk who had lost a monocle, which I helped recover, and who then, in between fits of shouting, mentioned that some buyers will pay well for hunting rifles for Colombo. I paid a pound for the information, and he nodded that then moved away. That's not a big, it's just pound. We can go to Madras to Colombo, right? So let's do that. Let's negotiate. Yeah, sure, 870 is not a big deal. We can depart tomorrow then. We can stay at the hotel again. My shoes in the lobby. Funds have went up fair amount. Let's embark. Mechanical fat. How do you spell that? I don't know. Yeah, that thing. For a long and uncomfortable ride across the middle of India to Madras, following the line of the Pallar River. Let's attend to Monsieur Fogg. And we are about to reach Madras. The speed of Phantom was cruelly slow over the rough roads. After a while, I began to wonder if a boat might be quicker. Several were passing us by, and thanks to the current, all are overtaken us. I suggested we speed up. I put the matter to Monsieur Fogg, who shook his head with a tiny motion. It would not do, he murmured. That was that. I settled back. Deteriorated. I should have told him to go faster. That's fine. It's a Sunday. Instead of all fortifications of forts and George was White Town, where British Mem Sahibs and factors traded and went to the church and travelled from place to place in mechanical palkins. Particularly dim and hard-headed. I would have blamed it on the humidity, but the locals seemed to manage their wits without any trouble. I stayed in White Town. I ventured into Black Town, where I attracted a few glances but no real attention. No doubt there were many reasons for a lone foreigner to wander to the cramped street and back alleys. But after a few minutes, I realized I was being stalked. I turned to face my shadow to find myself face to face with a nun. Would you like a blessing, good sir? An ornate gold rose hung heavily over her head. Yes, let's see. Razors with no further warning. She brought her heavy cross down my head and a crack. My just sputtered and sparked into blackness. When I awoke, I was in nunnery. My nun assailant offered me a cool cloth. I am Sister Panny Muller, and this is the convent of the Sisters of Duckus? I don't know what that is. A Spanish saint who died in 1463. King Philip II commissioned a clockwork automaton on that guy, which could pray. First automaton man of God, but not last. Took a breath. My order does not believe, as the Pope does, that Ottomans are abomination. We believe that machines too are capable of grace. Fascinating. You believe Ottomans have a soul? Automatons. Don't you? She twinkled with most unlike expression. Building an automaton is like raising a child. They are shaped in our image. As we are in God's. those blasphemers of the artificers guild know nothing of God, and so their creation are godless. And you want godly machines? Ask carefully. Church on Sunday, following commandments, all that. Dedicated to search for a machine which has a soul. Now we require for your help in your search. Because somebody asked. He expects. Now listen me. She helped me to woozly to my feet. If you find an automaton whose shard is engraved with a soul on their travels, send a telegram to us. We have our own receiving station here. Alright. I say. If I do, I will definitely find them. But it doesn't seem like I do. So I can't find them. I can go to Voltaire and then to Calcutta from there. But I'd rather go to Madras because I have a lot of things I have to give in. Uh, what's his face? Singapore. So Madras would be the perfect place to go right now. You still have 32 days, right? Yeah, that's a long time. Hmm. Journey. Hmm. Quite. There's nothing interesting happening. The airship was not as fast as advertised, of course, but not to any considerable degree. And they more than made up for it with some excellent tea. There we go. We are in Colombo, and oh, sorry, I'm in. Yeah, we are in Colombo, right? Yeah, we can sell this 640. My God, that's a good amount of money. Holy shit, you give me a good amount of money, my friend. That's a good chunk of money. Like seriously, good chunk of money. Beijing, Batavia, and Calcutta. Anything else that's interesting? Oh, that's good in Manila, Singapore, and Hong Kong. I'm definitely taking this because it's good in Singapore, so I'll take that. And we might take it just because it might be good at some place. So let's do that. And while I'm at it, let's stay a night over here. Once you're done staying a night over here, we spend night in charming suite of Rand or Intel hotel opposite the Victoria Arcade. The clattering of the electric trams ran late into the night, and I had to bury my head, mix in with the. Okay, strengthen slightly. Nice. Let's explore, and then we can leave for Singapore. Capital city of British Ceylon was so busy with the trading ships that the water was barely visible. Uh, a young Sinhalese man in an ill-fitting jacket looked over the scene, with an expression of unbridled longing. I felt a rush of fellow feeling. I had seen so many, but which far eclipsed the scene, but the purity of his joy touched me. I looked up at the bright painting airship suspending in the stippled Ceylonese sky and saw them through his eyes, a miracle. He turned towards me, perhaps sensing my gaze. Excuse me, sir, he asked in a tone of an educated middle class. Are you an aeronaut? I am a valet, monsieur. I said in aggrieved tones. Can you not tell me, tell from my garments? He reddened in embarrassment and mumbled some apology. I want to be I want to join airship crew. I want to fly. And why do you want to fly? To me, it's an oddity. He fired back, showing some spirit. I want to make my fortune in the skies to live a life of my adventure. I want to learn new languages and eat strange fruits and dip my toe in the seas of distant lands. Managed to live his dream. He was young but passionate, and passion could make up for definite. I looked at light in his eye as he traced the shape of an airship's envelope with his gaze and knew that this light boy was meant for the skies. I followed his gaze. You must follow your dream. Though it will not be easy, I told him. There will be many dangers and risks in your life, you see. You are young and callow, and the world is unkind. Thank you for your advice, sir. I'll think of it. Right. That was a nice guy. Alright, so when is this gonna come? Tuesday, which means I have enough days. I have another day before it comes. We're good on this. Walking around. Alright, I thanked him. And we can depart for Singapore now. Oh wait, that's Chittagong, not Singapore. Arrives next? Seriously? Let's make it 7:50 then. It's definitely going to be a tiring journey, but it's fine. We're gonna go to Singapore, so we'll stay at the hotel for the next 2 days, I guess. Alright. We still have. Oh, I can go to Singapore. No, that's shit town again. I'm looking to go on to Singapore. Uh, 2 days at 12 noon. Alright, that's fine. Let's go back to Colombo. Another day in Colombo. That's fine. I need to stretch my legs. Alright. There was a Bangladeshi ragamuffin who had mislaid locket which I spotted and who had then, between fits of shouting, mentioned that some buyers will pay well in Batavia. Alright, that's fine. Are we there yet? Like, tomorrow at noon, okay. So let's go back. Hotel. And we took a room and settled in. There we go. We're about to leave now, I believe. Where is it? Singapore journey. There we go. We have things to sell in Singapore, man. How can I not do it? We boarded a sleek tea clipper with a bright red envelope and roaring twin engine. Is your ship fast? As the captain, a lean, dark Chinese man in the last flush of youth. I go to join with my wife in Singapore. The captain confessed. So you can be assured I'll make it and make a good time. Alright. Alright. It is gonna take some time, but we'll definitely make it. Oh. I find myself standing beside a cheerful young captain. Are you really newly married? I asked for whatever that word is. He gave a little groan. Is it easy to tell? My crew must be laughing up their sleeves at me, but honestly, he grinned. I don't care. So it is a love match. Oh no, he looked faintly ill. No, our marriage was arranged by our families in a proper way. Finding myself in love with her is an unexpected pleasure. I suppose it is not strictly dutiful. I mean, let's attend to fog. The rumblings of discontent aboard the ship centered upon the figure of first mate Ranga, a dark-skinned, towering, senilus woman. To a grudge over the lunch. This is our last voyage, she replied darkly. Captain's selling the ship and joining his wife's business. He seems to be well suited for the captain. We certainly thought as much, Ranaga replied darkly. We stared at her unappetizing stew as the crew grumbled. Are you married? First mate Ranaga nodded and pointed to a Malay man with dark wavy hair. That's my husband. She nodded at two of younger middle-ship women. So my daughters. The ship's a family, and now we are all going to be scattered apart because the captain's family wants to go up in the world and is be sorted. I could try and speak with him, I offered. I've talked till my tongue went numb. It didn't make a difference. Just wait and see. I mean, I could try and speak to him. Let's attend again. The first sign of trouble was when the lights began to flicker. The gas lamp sputtered out just before the secondary engine cut off, leaving the airship in darkness and silence. Investigate the matter. His voices echoed from the behind the oak panel door, speaking in English. I stopped to listen. Nihinsa, I heard Captain Go's voice say pleadingly. How could you do this? So pressed my ear against the door. I guess there more than half the crew were on the bridge. Strict, strident tone. You did this, Captain. You abandoned us first. I kept listening. As Go protested, but Ranuga cut him off. To one of the crew, she continued, "Go and fetch the passengers." I fled as fast as I could. I stepped to one side of the door, hoping they would stay hidden in the dark, and succeeded, but of course my master ignored, and was soon dragged past me on onto the bridge. I stepped out to join him. No one remarked at my sudden appearance. "Don't do this," cooperated. "You'll be hanged if you harm our British guests." This ship is my home. First mate Ranuga breathed as the crew stamped its feet and shouted their agreement. "I can't let her go, even if our captain can." Something seemed to break in Captain Go's expression. He leapt upon his first mate with startlingly ferocity, and they began to grapple for the pistol. Uh, Stop. Yeah, Ranuga. A bullet punched a hole through the outer hull above us. I heard a shrill whistle of the air before we were knocked to the floor by the sound of an almighty explosion. Two, but both were paralyzed with the sun. Wind whipped past us. We rolled and tumbled in the air, uncontrollably, and then hit the water, and I slipped into glorious terror-free consciousness. Um, it seems we are in a water. Not drowned, which was more than expected. My head was upon Monsieur Fogg's lap. And we had sealed into the bridge. He informed me in lieu of a greeting. I tried to sit up. I catalogued my injuries from a prone position, feeling quite knocked about, but relatively well considering. I'd nearly been shot. Oh, I was actually shot. I did not realize that. Actually been blown up and had been fallen into the ocean. "You cracked your skull," Master declared. "This is not the first time you have won. Every time you set up, I explain matters and then you swoon again. Are you unharmed, monsieur?" My master smiled. "But are you?" "I aim to surprise you," I replied. He replied and cuffed an enormous amount of thick, oozing warm blood onto my chest. I shrank away in horror and only for Monsieur to heavily against me. His brow felt clammy and fevered. We have a much larger problem than our injuries, passport." His voice uncharacteristically rapsy. "I think your injuries still signify, monsieur." In response to Monsieur Fogg tipped my head up until I saw a heavy glass windows on the bridge. Instead of pale blue sky and clouds, I saw only dark water pitted by air bubbles rushing away. "We are sinking," Monsieur Fogg continued, regaining some of his composure, and Captain Go informs me we have only a day's worth of air at most. "Then we'll die here?" I saw Monsieur Fogg almost smile in murky darkness. "It seems a distinct possibility." Not saying a word. I heard came together, tending to injured crews, pouring encouragement and lighting our dwindling stock of candle to give the illusion of warmth despite the deepening fear and bone-chilling cold of ocean which promised diplomacy. "I confess I did not count for this possibility," he said in the dark. "Not all risks can be calculated," I said thoughtfully. "I drew in my bet. I don't blame you. I don't blame you." I felt Monsieur Fogg tense. I am surprised. "It is my job to surprise you." Uh, Pound at my temples and I like waves on the shore. Master coughed more blood, and we all shivered as the last candle blew out. Someone wept, but I did not. "Why did you take the wager, monsieur?" I asked. I do not think I expected him to answer. "I heard I knew," I said faintly, "but now I'm not certain." And later, much later, after the hull shrank and air grew thin, I think I heard my master say, "Perhaps given our circumstances, you should call me Phileas." If I fell into an uneasy, delirious sleep. Um, are we gonna die? I don't know if I'm gonna die. He said, his voice admittedly steady. "Will you forgive me?" "And if you forgive me in return, Captain?" I pulled myself together by my feet, not wanting to die lying down, unless it was at the age of 90 in a goose-feathered bed. But instead of cracking open like an oyster shell, it began to rise up in water. Faster and faster we rose, schools of fish and debris flashing darkly beyond, and the sun blinded us. Experience, I could think nothing but, am I delirious, monsieur? My hands screwed themselves over my eyes to shield the glare. You, sir, you are rescued, look. I followed his indication, and looked up indeed. In the sky hung a colossal airship. Thick steel cables were attached to our vessel, and we were slowly winched out of the water. On the ship, and a woman in a wielder's mask and an armored suit stood limned in light. Hello there, she loudly called. Have you any of you seen my husband? Oh, okay, that was Go's husband. Alright, let's tend to fog. How was the journey? The banker proved to be an excellent rescuer. She retrieved our bags, provided us vast quantities of food, and had thought to bring a team of doctors. Captain Go trailed around behind her, looking, if possible, even more love-struck than before. I spoke with Captain Go. I made my peace with Nice. I said slowly, I won't sell the ship. Madame Go looked irritated. We can afford to keep it. You should have said something about your first before your first mate and best friend tried to shoot you. Monsieur Fogg, with bandaged ribs and pair of impressive black eyes, was on his feet, much against the doctor's orders. Would you like to go for a walk? I asked, sensing his restlessness behind a facade. He said and trailed off uncharacteristically. Yes, monsieur. Thank you, he said briskly, and then opened his ledger. Now leave me in peace until we reach Singapore from here on. Wow, this was a good event. This was a surprisingly good event. Like legit, I actually enjoyed this event. Even though it did cost us a lot of health, and holy shit, that's allowed. It did cost us a lot of health, not gonna lie. But this was a really good event. I actually enjoyed this event. Yokohama, we might go to Japan. I do want to go to Japan. Brisbane. Yeah, we might go to Brisbane, so let's have it. San Francisco, Hong Kong. Let's keep it for now. Let's explore. Singapore is a British colonial port, people largely by Chinese, Malays, and Indians, and fueled by rubber exports and opium wealth pouring into new banks. It seemed like a dangerous spot to linger. So I made the visa arrangements recurred for us and returned to Monsieur Fogg. Is there a problem, Monsieur? I inquired. We have no way onwards, but he remarked, as though upon the weather passport, you must seek out some transport. Indeed, Monsieur. There are plenty of people at the hand to talk to. I inquired about vessels headed for Australian town of Brisbane. Let's ask for that. We have no business with them. Criminals and colonists. Why would an any Singaporean go there? I shudder to think. And moved on. Let's ask Batavia. Okay. Dutch colonist. Okay, that's why. Thanks for the warning. Alright, so we found a way to Batavia. We can stay at the hotel, which I think I'm gonna do. We might actually complete this game in this one. I found a local doctor. He took my master's temperature, mercury. There was no alternative. Yeah, there we go. Finally, you get it. And I think so you can depart finally. So, Batavia. Yeah, we can go to Batavia. Let's go there. We have too much things. This is for Batavia. Yeah, I'm gonna sell this. You know what? Let's sell the Indian thing. Because I don't think so we're gonna go back to India. There's only like 18 days left, so we definitely are not going to go back to India. So let's sell this. Let's sell this as well. This I'll keep. I don't know where Quilliman is. So I'm just gonna sell this here. Because I really don't know where it is, right? Let's sell this. Let's listen the Darjeeling tree. I meant to say tea, not tree. Let's keep this over here, and let's move this over here. There we go. Let's move now to Batavia. We did treat the passport, not passport, our master, what is his name? Fog to full health. Uh, right, right. We're about to go to Batavia where we can sell a lot of good stuff. Stands to say at least. We made a special effect to befriend them. Befriend them. I set up to the Sun's Soap Tech and asked them to describe their bloody adventures in the mountains and tree-choked ridges that we passed. Interesting. I seem keen to talk. For hours, I listened with a raised eyebrow and expression of disgust. Your laundry bills must be immense. Uh, Slapping me on the back. You, one declared, you are a card. Day 62, Monsieur Fogg murmured that night in his sleep, and we are not even yet halfway. I mean, what are you expecting? We only visited like 22 cities so far. Made a spot of you, he began in a heavily accent. English. The children, cruel but kind-hearted. Uh, it's no matter. Alright. Uh, what matter of proposition? How I got it is not important. I mean that I haven't been able to sell it. Yours for 300. You have a deal. Right. I have a lot of money, so I'm not really worried. I can get more from the bank as well. Now, what is there? Right. Let's sell this. Okay. Let's sell this. Ooh, what a lot in Brisbane. Another one worth a lot in Brisbane. Let's sell this. Bring this in. Yeah. There we go. Can we go to Brisbane already? Or do we have nothing? We have Manila. Manali. Alright. Let's explore. Yeah. I'm gonna go and explore right now. Maybe find a way or something. There we go. That's the reason why I wanted to explore. What does this lead to? Hopefully it leads to Brisbane because I would like to go to Brisbane now. Yeah. Okay, that one leads to Brisbane. This one leads to Auckland. The shrine. Um, sure. Let's have a city tour. And the city was Harimau. Steam carriage shaped and painted like a tiger. We kept to European areas. Ventured south. Right. I questioned my driver. Rebels. Go out to look. Instead, the slits bracing the south wall of exalted city had been blasted away. As we watched, a woman appeared on the battlements of the fort. Barely later, she fell, shot by a Dutch. Okay. What did rebels want? Dutch took Bandar Aceh last year, but the people still fight in the hills, and now fight has spread to Java. Okay. Uh, Take me with you. Pull her inside the cab. I threw my jacket over her so she would not be seen. I felt her shivering and shaking against my leg. I held my nerve and tried to look calm, and barely spared a glance. Not after assuming I was a fellow Hollander. The carriage was waved on, our driver cursed loudly, and we paddled forward. Are you alright? She did not answer. She spoke a few words in Malay to the driver, who took a sharp turn in the valley. It was not as opposed as to the rebel as he declared. Thank you for your help, Minier, she declared, flashing me a grimy smile. Forget you ever saw me, but do not forget our cause. If you fight, you will be hurt, and if we will be hurt if we do not, and we will be hurt if we do not. Not all of us are given the choice in life. Okay, correct. I think that is a good time to end the episode. So next episode will be most probably the last one. We are just 17 days away. We completed like how many days? 40. We were like on 42 or something. So we completed about 20 days in this episode. We'll complete the whole game in the next episode. I don't know what ending we're gonna get in this one because I'm pretty sure there are gonna be different endings compared to like once you if I explored everything or something like that without like worrying about events and everything, it would have been different and everything. I think so. This is the end of this. I don't know what ending I'm gonna get, but I've got like 22 cities unlocked right now. So I don't think so I can get through all the cities obviously because I will take a lot of time exploring a lot of things. Anyways, see you guys in the next video. Until then, peace out.